Each one of us brings something special to this world. Our gifts, talents, and interests are designed to make an impact with all of those who we come in contact with. As we grow and develop who we truly are, decisions are made. Sometimes our decisions are for good, and sometimes they are not. For three families, they have been given gifts unlike any other human on earth. This ultimate gift, can be used to save the human race from destruction, or it can cause it. For these families, with each and every generation, this gift is passed down from parent to child. The keepers, as they are called, keep the earth safe from any outside force set to destroy it, or from each other. "Mom, I'm going to the park," said Thomas. Life had been different for Thomas ever since his dad left. It was just him and his mom. A few months back, his dad just vanished. Mom said it was for work, but he still left without a trace. One day he was here, the next day gone. The one constant in his life were his friends, his mom, and soccer. A 14-year-old boy doesn't need much more than that. "Okay, but make sure you are back before the storm hits," said his mom. Thomas hopped on his bike and rode to the park just down the street. As he arrived, he saw his friends getting ready to play. "Hey guys, what are you doing?" said Thomas. "Waiting for you," said Colton. Thomas jumped off his bike and joined the game. "You're on our team," yelled Danny as he kicked the ball towards Thomas. Soccer was Thomas's sport, and he was good, real good. He spent his weekends playing on an elite soccer club. They would travel to neighboring cities and play the best of the best in and around their hometown. But when he was with his friends, playing a pickup game in the park, he just wanted to be one of the guys. He knew he was a little bit faster, quicker, and more talented with the ball than his buddies, but that didn't matter to him. "If Thomas hits the top right 90 with this kick, we get the ball first," said Danny as he passed the ball to Thomas. He approached the penalty kick spot in front of the goal. Everyone circled around him, waiting with anticipation if he could deliver like he always does. Thomas looked down at the ball, looked up at the corner, and took a deep breath. With one smooth kick of the leg, Thomas drilled the top corner of the goalpost with the ball. "Let's go!" everyone yelled as they jumped and gathered around. The boys separated into their teams, and off they went. It wasn't for long before Thomas stole the ball from the defense and was off. Thomas thought of dribbling as an art form. He studied Messi, Pelé, and Ronaldo. When the ball is at his feet, he felt alive. Light touch here, quick burst of speed there, and the defense never had a chance. "Goal!" they all shouted as he drilled the ball past the goalie. This became an all too familiar occurrence. After his third goal of the game, also known as a hat trick, Thomas decided to pull himself off the forward position. "Guys, I need to work on my defense. Danny, switch with me," asked Thomas. "Dude, we're going to lose now." "You can't switch," exclaimed Danny. "It's all good. You got this, Danny," replied Thomas as he looked back at Danny as he ran towards his goalie. "You got this." Halfway into the second half, the once beautiful, sunny day turned black. His mom was right. "Guys, I've got to go. The storm is coming," said Thomas abruptly. "Me too," said Colton and Danny, his best friends. The boys jumped on their bikes and rode home. "See you guys online?" asked Danny. "I'll try," said Colton. "Me too," said Thomas as they rode their separate directions. Just as Thomas ran into his house, the sky lit up with thunder and lightning. Rain poured and poured. He had made it just in time. "Wow, that was close," Thomas thought. "Mom, I'm home," Thomas yelled as he ran into the kitchen, grabbed a snack, and went to his room to get online to see his friends. "You guys there?" he asked as he put on his microphone. Guys! Nothing. Just then a huge boom sounded. Lightning lit up the sky, and the house went dark. "Wow!" Thomas yelled. "That was close." With the help of the little light coming through the windows, he managed to walk downstairs to the living room. "Thomas, are you okay?" his mom asked. "Yes," he said. "Can you go downstairs to the basement and grab the flashlight? I think they're next to your dad's trunk in his desk," his mom exclaimed. Thomas carefully walked over to the basement stairs. He struggled to find the doorknob in the dark, but once he did, he opened the door to the basement. It was so dark he couldn't see his hand in front of his face. He slowly started to walk down the stairs, carefully placing his foot down on each stair as the railing guided him down. Wow, is it dark, he thought. I can't see anything. Luckily for Thomas, he had been in the basement many, many times. He knew where everything was just by memory, especially the trunk. He was fascinated by that trunk. Common shapes that he knew, like squares and triangles and circles, were crossing and intersecting in ways that made designs he had never seen. The face of the trunk looked like something from a fantasy novel. Although he was fascinated with the trunk, he had never seen inside it. He wasn't allowed. It belonged to his dad. Only his dad had the key. Only his dad knew what was inside. As Thomas moved about the darkness, he brushed past the lamp, gently bumped into the bookshelf, and tripped over his dad's leather chair. I thought I knew this place better than I did, he thought to himself as he helped himself off the floor. He started moving his arms back and forth in front of him, searching in the darkness for the trunk that was near his dad's chair. Ah, found it. He ran his fingers through the grooves of the trunk. The shapes he had seen hundreds and hundreds of times had a smooth but rough touch. What is in this, he thought. He ran his hands from the trunk to the top drawer of the desk. He opened the drawer and started fishing for the flashlight. Found it, he said to himself as he turned it on. As he scanned the room, his dad's furniture filled the space. Things are just the way they were when he left, he thought. I wonder if he'll ever come back. As Thomas scanned the room, something started shining in the back. Bright, beautiful colors filled the back of the room. Thomas stopped in awe. Just then, every light in the house lit up. Thomas, power's back, his mom yelled. He dropped the flashlight and ran up the stairs. By this time, the storm had passed, the power had returned, and a beeping sound started coming from his room. My friends are online, he thought to himself. He went into his room, grabbed his microphone, and started talking to his friends. And then I found the flashlight on my dad's desk, Thomas told his friends, as he was talking about the storm. But you know what is weird? As I was looking throughout the room, a reflection appeared. Like a mirror? Asked Colton. No, something different. It was a metal reflection, and it looked like it was coming from the lamp on my dad's desk, said Thomas. Hear me out. Could it have just been the lamp? Asked Danny sarcastically. Shut it, Danny, replied Thomas, half smiling. The light was coming from the stem of the lamp, not the bulb. What do you think it is? Asked Colton. No idea, said Thomas. Well, go downstairs and look, said Colton. I can't. I am really not allowed to go downstairs without my mom's permission. She won't just let me go there when I want, Thomas exclaimed. Well, lucky for you, I'm a master spy, and I can sneak into anywhere, Colton said. Tomorrow, we will have a sleepover, and I will get you into that basement.